Majo John Madden, they call me Juanito in Mexico, and I'm sitting in my front yard, and I'm making a series of videos about presence, about being here now, the capacity just to show up in the present moment. This is my present moment here. This is my front yard. I've got a crazy puppy digging in the dirt over there. Hopefully he'll stay busy with that and not bother me. He shows up in a couple of the early videos about presence. So in the third video about presence, I say, challenging myself and acknowledging a failing of mine as a psychotherapist, I say, for 20 years, I was not able to just sit with people with their pain because I still hadn't unearthed my pain around childhood sex abuse. So I was industrious. I was busy. I'd stay busy helping them get out their trauma. And I was really good at realizing that we were peers, make it a peer relationship. But right now I'm playing the therapist role for you. But I'm not a counselor, essentially. I'm not a therapist, essentially. That's not who I am. That's the role I'm playing with you, because I also am another person who needs healing of his trauma. I did all that, but I was not able to just sit with people with their pain. But listening to that third video just now, I realized what I've always called my most brilliant therapy intervention ever was an example where I did exactly that. I really did just be with a client who was in pain. Back in the 80s, I did a huge stress management program with the whole Syracuse, New York Police Department, 300 strong. And I taught a one-day stress management course for them. And the best thing I did there had to do with being real. On a day when, for the third time, one of those all-white officers had used the word nigger, I stopped, breathed, and said, you know, I know you guys want me to do my best for you today, to really be a good teacher for you. You know, my son is black. So when I hear the word nigger, I don't function as well. And you could hear a pin drop in that room. And finally one guy said, you're joking, right, Doc? No, not joking. That's the real deal. That was a great intervention. I rode in the squad cars to see what their daily life was like, and doing something real that I wasn't supposed to do there got me quite a good reputation with them. I was riding with a super stressed out young cop. He got a noise disturbance. And this is the kind of stuff where cops get in trouble on a regular basis by handling things that ought to be a mental health worker. We get outside the apartment building where there's the noise disturbance, and I'm supposed to sit in the car. I said, Joe, can I come with? Yeah, come on along. And within seconds, he's rolling around on the floor with this drugged out black teenager. And I said, Joe, can I help? Yeah. So I jumped in and helped restrain the guy, and we got the collar. And the next day, it was all over the Syracuse Police Department. Madden got his first collar. I got a bloody shirt in the deal, too. What I didn't tell any of them was that I was afraid his gun was going to come out because he was so stressed out. That's the real reason I got involved. So the other thing I did for the department was I provided individual counseling for people who needed it out of my home office. And one day I had first session with a big, tough 40-ish cop, rough, tough guy. And he starts the session by saying, Doc, do you mind if I smoke? And I gave my standard answer. I said, I smoke too, but it kind of gets in the way of feeling your feelings. So I asked people to not. He says, okay. He got really quiet and sweat broke out on his brow, and it was clear that he was in agony. And after a long pause, he said, I've been fucking my 13-year-old daughter. What do you say, huh? What's a therapeutic intervention at that point? What I did say was, let's smoke, which I think was a great intervention. And it was exactly what I've been saying I never used to know how to do. But in that instance, I just sat with him and we looked at this thing that he hated doing. He was an alcoholic. hated that he was doing it, but he couldn't stop it. So I got real. I was with him. I'm glad about it.